Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about the budget and how much in the budget is for capital expenditure. So we're going to look at how much in the budget is to be used to fix roads in the 2024-25 financial year. So the government tabled a $1.3 trillion budget. And out of that budget, 80 billion is going to be used for capital expenditure programs. So let's look at this in perspective. 1.3 trillion, that's 1,300 billion. Now, out of that, only 80 billion is going to be used for capital expenditure projects. That's where the roads come in, that's where the hospitals come in. So that is about almost 5%. Now, let's take a look at the debt figure now. The government has to spend $317 billion to pay interest on debt or pay some debt that's maturing. So they are spending 4 times what they are spending on the capital expenditure on debt. So if you ever wondered why it is some of these roads are so bad, it's not that the government doesn't want to fix them, it's that they can't. Or I shouldn't say can't. I'm just giving you, let's not analyze. I'm just giving you the numbers. The debt has to be paid. There's no way about it. When the papers become mature, you have to pay them and you have to pay the interest. So I'm just putting it in perspective. We're not criticizing, we're not saying what should be done in the budget. I mean, they do what they have to do. Okay? So they spend 4 times what they do on capital expenditure on debt. Now, I'm not sure what it was in the past, but I think that figure is coming down. In the past, I think they had to pay a debt figure that's a lot higher because I heard that the GDP, all sorts of things are coming down. However, in this budget that's coming up, 317 for debt, 80 billion for capital expenditure. And of the total budget of 1.3 trillion, about 5% is going to be spent on capital expenditure. While it looks like what? About 40%, about 40% on debt. Alright, so the government is proposing to spend a total of 1.3 trillion for fiscal year 2024-25. Minister of Finance and Public Service Dr. The Honorable Nigel Clark made a disclosure at the table as he tabled the estimates of expenditure in the House of Representatives. Dr. Clark said this is to be funded by revenue and grant receipts of 1 trillion and loan and other financing totaling 0.3 trillion. It should be noted that the government has debt maturing of 317 billion this year, which is included in the expenditure figure as compared with 125 billion that matured last year, he stated. When you look at the non-debt expenditure, however, at approximately 850 billion, this is 10.9% higher than the non-debt expenditure of 766 billion in the 4th supplementary estimates of 2023-24, the minister added. Contributing to the 1.3 trillion expenditure profile are non-debt recurrent expenditure of 770 billion, capital expenditure of 80 billion, and debt service of 491.2 billion. Non-debt expenditure includes allocations for recurrent program expenses of 327 billion as well as compensation expense at 442 billion. The finance minister noted that the country needs to be careful to ensure that sufficient resources are left for growth, inducing capital expenditure for programs that can enhance Jamaica's human capital and for social expenditure on behalf of more vulnerable members of the society. Dr. Clark informed that the capital expenditure of 80 billion includes an allocation to commence implementation of the Shared Prosperity through Accelerated Improvement to our Road Network Spark program during the 2024-25 and an allocation to continue the ongoing capital expenditure CAPEX program that are outlined in the Public Sector Investment Program. He noted that improving human capital is a major theme in the allocation of CAPEX this year. Okay, so that's the end of the update article. So out of the 80 billion now, they're going to work on 2 road programs. The CAPEX program, which has started, it is to renovate 6 main projects in Jamaica, 6 main roads. The Grange Lane Main Road in Portmore, the Arthur Wink Drive to Camp Road in Kingston, I think it's the Hellshire Main Road in Portmore, the East Kings House Road and Lady Musgrave Road project to expand it to 4 lanes, to extend the bridge on Washington Boulevard, and to build a ramp from Mandela Highway to Portmore. That's the CAPEX program. And I think that program in all is going to be 14 billion. Now, the Spark program is where they're going to fix 2,000 roads in Jamaica. And the first allocation is 20 billion, where 10 billion will be given to the members of parliament to fix roads in the constituency, and another 10 billion is to be given to National Works Agency to fix roads. So those are those 2 programs, and as you can see, the money is allocated in the capital expenditure of 80 billion. Alright guys, let us know what you think. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Also, what do you think about 4 times the capital expenditure amount being used for debts? Alright guys, have a good day.